Okay, I do believe we are once again live. Welcome, everybody, to another episode of Yankee's Uncivil War Chat. If you've never been here before, this is just a little break in the day, a little place where people can come for an hour in the evenings and talk with like minded individuals about common interests or maybe discuss things we disagree about. It's just a place to come and chitter chat. Like I say, just a break in the day, from the monotony and not having someone to talk to about gun stuff and other stuff, cars, motorcycles. We talk about lots of things. Uh, Feel free to talk amongst yourselves over in the live chat. That's what it's for. Have conversations with each other. If you want to talk to me, you can do that also, but just make sure to type at the Yankee Marshal in front of your message, your comment, or your topic, question, whatever it is you got for me. Put it in there, but type at the Yankee Marshal first, all one word, no spaces. That way I will see a little red box pop up around that know that's for me. You can also do that with other people's screen names if you want them to see that you're speaking directly to them. I will try to answer all of those. I don't try to avoid any of them or anything like that. I try to answer every question that comes in, address every topic that comes in if I see them. The problem is I don't always see them. So sometimes we run out of time also before we run out of questions. So can't get to all of them always. If you've got something you definitely want answered or a topic you definitely want addressed, or you just want to donate to the Pets and Vets Fund, you can do a super chat. Super chats go to fund the Pets and Vets Project. And any super chat of any amount gets priority being answered all the same. Whether it's a $2 one or a $20 one, it gets answered the same. Gets the same priority. But if you donate $4.99 or more, you do get an entry into the friend drawing. The friend drawing is held at the beginning of every month, and that person who is chosen gets to be the friend for the following month. And not only do they get that great honor, they also get to spend a gift certificate wherever they'd like to spend it. They can buy several $100s worth of foot cream. I don't care. Or whatever they want, or whatever anti-itch stuff they need are in need of from the pharmacy. Or they could buy something that goes bang from like Grab a Gun or their local gun shop. I will pay for it. That gift certificate's good pretty much anywhere for any legal thing. With that being said, let me go ahead and go. Oh, and it was Ambi2317 is the a friend this month who still has not contacted me yet. With that being said, let me go over here to the live chat and start seeing if there's any questions or topics coming in. There was something I wanted to say. Oh, for people who are trying to buy the poster who keep sending me emails about it won't accept online payment. Yeah, I'm trying to figure out what the freak is going on. That's why I didn't do the video yesterday or today. Once I figure out, once I get it working, I will do a video saying, hey, anybody who wants to participate, go over and buy this poster. I'm hoping to have time to figure it all out tomorrow, but I wouldn't bet on it, but I'm going to try. So fingers crossed that I get it figured out tomorrow. I've done everything they told me to do and everything else. I don't know why it's not working. Let me go over to the chat here. I should really switch these to where that one's there and this one's here and blah, blah, blah. Let me go over here and see if there's any questions coming in. I got a super chat coming in from Peter D. You may be happy to know that wasn't my belly button. It's my fingertip. Outies are gross. And it's my daughter's room the picture was taken in. Sure it was. We're not judging you. But I am glad to hear that's your fingertip because that was pretty gross. That was almost like a micro penis more than a belly button. Evening all. Been trying to buy a poster. Yeah, that's what I said. Yeah, your poster. Yeah, blah blah blah. What is that in the web in the thumbnail? That's a G2C. That's a stack of G2Cs. I just made the new list today for the new shipments for the TYM Triple P to get caught up. As of today, I will have all the guns bought and set up to ship for everybody we have information on. We're still missing information on about 4 or 5 people, but when we get those, I'll send out another group of 4. I got a super chat coming in from Michael Precursor. Says, Ford engine talk. 351 Windsor versus 351 Cleveland to discuss. I don't think most people are even going to know the difference. So I don't know what we're going to be discussing. Do you have a preference? I don't really have a preference. Do you have a preference? The viewer EDC reminded me of when my sister was. Did I say that was Michael Precursor? Mikhail Precursor that did the super chat there. How are you doing tonight, good sir? What's for dinner? You know, both my kids ain't here. They just took off to go play Magic. Uh, so I'm like, well, fuck, I was going to make burritos tonight, but I'll save that and make it tomorrow. And after the chat, we're just going to run down off the hill, which means I'm going to have to put on pants and grab something to eat down there. So just the two of us. It's going to be weird. Uh, those of you that have had kids for years know it's weird when you go out and do things just the two of you. Where was I? What do you think about Reed Hendricks of Valor Ridge? You know, I really don't think much of him because I don't know him and I don't watch his videos, so I don't really know anything about him, to be honest. Don't really know anything about him. James Ellis did a super chat, donated to the Pets and Vets Fund here, says, do you know if anyone makes custom grip screws for Beretta 92 FS? Yes, Wicked Grips does. I think they still do. Let me check and make sure before I speak out of turn. But and they changed their name not too long ago. What do they call themselves now? But I forget what it was. But let me go over here to their page. Here, I'll share the page with everybody here so we can see what I'm doing. There we go. There's the page. Beretta 92 FS. Compact grips, custom parts. Custom grip screws right here. I have some on my pimp gun. As you can see, they make some nice ones. They don't have as much selection as they used to. I think these are just the different colors, and then you go in and you choose your options. Like, say, if you wanted gold ones here, you go in, choose your ones you want, and I think you get to, right here, gold sprue, cruising option, black diamond CZ, blue opal, bright ruby. Like if I select bright ruby, let's see if it changes the picture. Yeah, there you go. See, so they got some pretty cool ones over there. I've also seen some on Amazon and eBay that are like the Beretta logo. So there's different sets of grips for them in different places, but I really like the Wicked grips. What happened at Ruby Ridge? People are referencing it a lot lately. Are you for real? You don't know about Ruby Ridge? Well, there's no way I can do the story justice here in a few minutes on my channel. I suggest you Google Ruby Ridge and do some reading because it's quite an atrocity performed by the American government. Batwater 490 says, for the pets and the vets, and donated to the Pets and Vets Fund. So back alley prostate. Oh, they're talking to someone else. Okay, I got all that answered. Let me go back over to the chat over here. They finally admitted that Prince Philip died. Yeah, well, I think he died like 7 or 8 years ago, but they've been rolling him around, like had him animated or something, like strings or. I always have a feeling that if they ever panned the camera up from whenever you saw Prince Philip, you would have seen somebody up there with like those marionette things. And when he was like driving by in a car, if you looked, it'd be like, how they do Grover, like someone's got their hand up doing the hand and running the mouth, and because that man's been looking like he's dead for years. Only thing is now, if he comes back as a zombie, how are you going to fucking tell? I know you love the Chiappa guns, but what is your take on the new Taurus coming out? Which new Tauruses, I guess, the new Taurus. Taurus makes a fine handgun. I haven't paid much attention to what they got new coming out. I should go over and look, actually. Let's see. Taurus, USA.com. Come on. It's not giving me any pictures. I know there's the Taurus TX22 competition, which is fucking cool looking. Other than that, I don't know what's coming out new. Contact us, company, about us, histories, careers, news, and updates. Let's see if there's anything listed under the. Introducing the Taurus G3 Toro. That's their new optics ready system. New Raging Hunter in 460. Commander 9mm 1911. Raging Hunter in 454 Casull. That's impressive looking. More colors for the 856s. Nope, that looks like that's about it. But I mean, Taurus makes a pretty decent gun. As far as if someone comes to me looking for a budget gun or a semi-budget gun, Taurus is where I always point. Gallo Negro did a super chat here and donated to the Pets and Vets Fund. Says, think Car PM9 is a good pocket gun. P80 is necessary. It's the easiest way 18, 20-year-olds own Glocks. Wait, who know what now? Oh, I get what he's saying now. But yeah, the PM9 is an excellent pocket pistol. It's tiny and flat and has an amazing trigger. So PM9s are just good pistols, period. Or the CW9, the cheaper version. They're both awesome. If I was going to carry in my pocket, I'd probably just get the CW9. No one's going to see it anyway. Where am I? You're absolutely gun poor. I am gun poor. I'm poor because of guns, if that's what gun poor means. People say, you must have money. Look at those guns. I'm like, no, if it wasn't for these guns, I might have some money. If I had invested this money in the stock market instead of buying guns all these years, it'd probably be worth $1 million. But it's not what I've done. I have chosen to invest it in heavy metals. Precious metals, I guess I should say. Well, they're kind of heavy too, but precious. 351 Winston, unless the Cleveland has a lot more displacement. Isn't the Cleveland the big block? I would have to look it up to refresh my memory. Would have to look it up to refresh my memory. Here we go. Well, the Cleveland had significantly higher flowing cylinder heads and was the racer's choice for a powerful small block. Well, maybe I was wrong. And had engine block cracking issues at higher power, but had engine block cracking issues at higher power. I wasn't aware of that, but I knew Cleveland was was the powerhouse, but I thought it was the big block. Maybe I'm wrong. I guess I am wrong. Someone just said different. Why don't you like ARs in 308? Just don't like them. I don't think they're very... that platform doesn't handle the 308 very well. It's not very comfortable to shoot. And I just don't... If I want an AR, I don't want it in that caliber. I want it in 223, 5.56. I wanted something like that. That's what it was designed to be. A gun that shot a lighter round with higher velocities, blah, blah, blah. And trying to make it something that's not doesn't suit it, really, as far as I'm concerned. If I'm going to have a 308, I'd rather have a bolt action gun or a M1A or something like that. I don't want the 308 in the AR. I'm happy. I was able to remove a broken bead sight from my Maverick with an extractor set. Saved me a few $100 and learned a new skill. Well, that's a good thing. It's always good to learn a new skill and save money. My girlfriend that you were a bit weird at first until... My girlfriend probably, I think he means my girlfriend thought you were a bit weird at first. My girlfriend thought you were a bit weird at first until she saw the closing comment on one of your double vids and replied, "Oh, he is someone who has his head on straight. Rare." Well, I wonder what closing comment I was. That fooled her into thinking I have my head on straight. I have to use that one more often. Oops. I just found out that a crazy woman I went out with a few months ago, he forgot to put woman in parentheses, was shot to death by the police during a forced eviction. Ooh, yeah, that's kind of crazy to get shot during an eviction. I know about Ruby Ridge, just want to get an opinion out of you. Well, I think the opinion is pretty much what I said. That was an atrocity committed by the U.S. government. And people like Bill Barr tried to get everybody out of trouble from like things like that. So I'm like, fuck these people. That's why I never could understand why people like Bill Barr. Did you hear that Biden has put together a committee to see about expanding the Supreme Court? Your thoughts on him doing so and the outcome if he does expand it? I think it's silly that he has the committee. They're not going to expand the Supreme Court. They're not going to have anywhere near the support for that. Even half of the Democrats have said no when they've been asked about that. So it's just something they're doing to appease the far left right now. Like just like that stuff they did with guns the other day. It's theater, political theater. That was just an in general question. I know they used to be kind of junky and are a lot better. Is Lennon still on display? Prince Philip had that pale English inbred cadaver look these past few decades. Yes, he does. Yes, he did, I should say, not does. I'm sure he still does, but I don't know about Lennon still being on display, probably. I took your advice and bought a new gun, but I also paid off one of my credit cards. Plus, I bought a Ruger PC Charger pistol at 9mm. It's a heavy and thick as a brick. Yes, I think you said that yesterday, and I looked him up, and I was like, yeah, I still kind of want one of those. But I don't think I've ever actually seen one for sale. Uh, I think they go pretty quick when they come in places. Should I wait until the price on the TRR-8 drops below 1,300 before I buy it? It's around 1,400. Well, I know that gun wasn't cheap when I bought it. It was probably around 1,200, I think, when I bought it. Uh, the block on the Cleveland isn't much larger than the Windsor. Even Cleveland heads fit on the Windsor block, making it a cleaver. I thought it was bigger block, but of the two, y'all get me all confused. Ford engines are not my. When I was growing up, it wasn't Ford engines I knew. It was more Chevy engines I knew more about growing up. Because where I grew up, it was Chevys were the cars. When you were a car fan, when I grew up, it was Chevy. Where I was at, everything from Bel Airs to Camaros to Impalas even were very popular. What's the one that they did all like the Dale Earnhardt cars of and everything? My mom wanted one so bad, I can't remember what it was. But yeah, I don't know about the price on the TRR-8. What's the MSRP on them? Let me see. Smith TRR-8. Da, da, da. I didn't say review. I didn't type review. Why'd you type review? Well, the MSRP is only 1360, so 1400 is a little high. I'd say probably 12 something is what I would look to pay for it. But right now, you probably can't get it for that. So if you want to wait, you gotta wait, I guess. I'm a Chevy guy, but some friends were Ford guys. I like all muscle cars, even AMC. Oh yeah, I like pretty much all cars. When people say Ford or Chevy, I say yes, thank you. Either one, please. Monte Carlo. That was the Monte Carlo. Yeah, my mom wanted one of those Monte Carlos so bad when they did the Dale Earnhardt and the Jeff Gordon. I wished so bad I could afford to buy her one back then. But I still these days, I'm like, if I ever find one in like someone has kept in pristine condition, I'm going to buy it and give it to my mother. Like if it's local to me, I'm not going to drive to get one or something. But I remember walking around one time on our hill over in Beaverton, and like a perfect like Burt Reynolds Firebird sitting there, and like right out of any Burt Reynolds movie. Uh, and it was just like in pristine condition. And they wanted 4 grand for it, and this was in like 1995, 96, because it was right when we moved here. Uh, at 4 grand, it might as well have been 400 grand to me at the time. But just moved, didn't have any extra money, just got a new job, blah blah blah. But would have loved to have been able to buy that. I'd still have it today if I could have. Bum, 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 bum. You could sell all your guns and would make a killing. Yeah, but then I wouldn't have any guns. So that's not. I bet if I sold them all right now and then bought them all back in a year, I would make a tidy profit because I'd get like full price for it. I could probably sell them for MSRP now, uh, and then buy them back later for less than that. Um, your thoughts on the 1993 Waco disaster? I think that was Ruby Ridge was just callous indifference and spite. Waco was for the right reasons, but completely incompetently done. There was no reason to make a big show of that and try to make an example out of him. You could have nabbed him any of the times he just took off and went to town, which, according to their own surveillance, they had multiple sightings of him with 1 or 2 individuals going to and from town. They could have grabbed him then, taken him away, and then if the people inside did get mad and say, we're holding ourselves up, we're barricading ourselves in, how long do you think they would have done that without their leader there? Wouldn't have lasted long at all. But instead, they wanted to make an example of it and show how much force the government can apply when they need to send a message to people, and it went bass backwards on them and bit them in the ass. Doo, doo, doo. Read about Ruby Ridge. Hope the feds don't do anything like that in the near future with the red flag laws. The red flag laws are that kind of shit waiting to happen. The zombie knives are a nice decorating touch back there. I bought one last month and recognized yours right away. I have another one too because there were 3 of the large ones and I have it. I just need to get it. I'm going to put it right there because my thermostat to the this unit's right there. So I've got room there, but I got room right here for one. I just need to go up and get it. It's up in my son's room in a box. And because the big storage closet's in his room. So that's where all my boxes are right now in his room. Where am I? Many large corporations definitely want to suppress our 2A rights. I just typed the word conceal carry in the comment field of an AOL article and I got flagged instantly. Ba, 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 ba. Absolutely agree, buddy. And the 308 platform isn't necessary. The 556 is superior. Yeah, I think it's much better in an AR platform. I'm not the biggest AR fan, as a lot of people pointed out when they saw my collection. You only got 3 ARs. That's all I need. I also have other things like Brens and SIGs and CZs. What did you do with the rubber patches that came with those zombie war swords? I don't remember a patch coming with them. I don't recall any patch. That's from Danny, who did a super chat, donated to the Pets and Vets Fund. But I don't remember patches coming with them. If I did, they would probably be on my patch wall thing. But the person who got my safe got a lot of patches because I left a lot of patches on the inside of the door. But that's fine. I've got extras of them. Where am I? So you still own any Glocks? A couple. They aren't directly mine. Like one of them is not my Glock, and the one in the house. Well, that's one in the other car is not my Glock. And Gary is back, as people might see if you look right there. There's Gary. And there will be a story about that later about him coming back with his tail between his legs. Dun, 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 dun. Bum, 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 bum. That might be out by Monday, by the way, the story of Gary returning. Oh, I'm just sitting here reading and not paying any attention that there's a live chat going on, aren't I? I should probably pay attention to the chat. Uh, did you hear about the Flintlock AR-15 some company announced? I forgot the name. No, I can't say that I've heard about that. Is there anything preventing Smith& Wesson, Ruger, or Taurus from making a Rhino-like gun, like a patent or something? I don't know. I doubt it because that's been around for many, many years, and I don't even think that Chiappa or the guy who designed the Mateba, I don't think they were the first ones to do it. I think it had done before. So I doubt there's any real barriers to doing it other than it just hasn't been popular in American history. Which I don't know why. It's awesome. I love the way the rhinos look. It just makes a beautiful gun as far as I'm concerned. Not beautiful as in like elegant like a single action army or anything, but beautiful as in like super cool because it's kind of space agey. You know, the evil space Christians carry them. So I got a super chat coming in from Stephen Carroll that says, moved a bunch of rifles from my parents' house to mine. Forgot I had so many. Okay, well, they're yours. I hope they're yours, is what I was going to say. You just didn't go in and go like, they don't need these. Took them. My stepfather's got a lot of rifles. He's got more rifles than handguns. He's more of a rifle guy. He's probably only got like 20 rifles. But, that's not that uncommon in the country to have a bunch of rifles. Shotguns, rifles, 22s. You want a 22, you want a 30-06, you want a 30-30, you want a 45-70, you want a 12 gauge, you want a 410. You want to have your bases covered when you live in the country. I'd say he's got at least a dozen long guns. And just kept in a gun cabinet, like the glass front gun cabinet that you used to see always growing up. It's locking, but my mom would put stuff in it that she didn't want us getting a hold of when we were kids, and we would never unlock that cabinet, never. Even if we knew where the key was, we would never unlock the cabinet. But we have multiple times pulled the cabinet out from the wall, pried off the backing, got stuff out of the bottom part, and then put the backing back on and closed it. She used to hide Christmas presents and stuff in there because the bottom's like a big dresser drawer almost, and then it's got the big glass part on top, so we just slide out, pull it out, see what she'd hidden there Christmas present was. Oops. Did you leave a spot open for a 92X Beretta performance? I did not. Once I have one on the wall, I'll have to move things. But I've got room to move things, and I got room to put guns on other things over here. Right now, my semi-auto wall, my revolver wall are pretty packed up. But that's because I've also spread long guns over these three panels. I've got an 8-foot panel here, and I've got two 4-foot panels there. 4 foot by 4 foot, 4 by foot. Well, no way, this one's only 3 foot by 8 foot because I shortened it because of my monitors and stuff. But all of these long guns can fit on one panel if I put them upright, side by side. So once I get to where I need more room for guns, I'll start consolidating long guns into upright positions and have a lot more room for new guns. That probably won't be for a long time in the future because I got room to put like 5 or 6 more up right now without moving anything. So I don't see me getting 5 or 6 new guns anytime in the next month or so. Bum, 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 bum. I got that, didn't I? Nope, I didn't get this. Stephen Carroll also donated to the Pets and Vets Fund and says, I use several stack-on cabinets. Anytime I save up enough for a big safe, I end up buying a gun. Also, did you get my last email about the FK Burno ammo? Did I not send you the money for that? Did I forget to do that? Hold on. I thought I sent you that. I gotta check now because I would have sworn. Did I fuck that up somehow? Da, 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 da. Total was. Da, da, da. That's March 29th. That's a while back. I thought I took care of that. Da, da, 95.53. Let me go over and check my PayPal. I'll get to the other super chats in a minute. I just got to make sure that I paid this because I would hate to have not done that. Hold on. It's taking a minute. It'll tell me, hopefully, my previous things I've done on here. Come on, homepage, open up. Moving slow. All right, here we go. It's opening up. Money in, money out. Oh, that's only the last 7 days. Okay, I was gonna say that don't seem right. Purchase from how to purchase from the home. Oh, when I buy online. Okay, hold on. March. I don't think I sent it. Hold on. Pending payments. Hold on. View transactions. Money out. View transactions. Come on. While that's loading, me answer another question here. I have a gun rack in my El Camino, never been pulled over. Is it legal? A gun rack is. I don't know about if you have a gun in it. It depends on where you live, but a gun rack itself, I don't know any laws against that. All right. It does not look like I sent it. Was you sent me that on. Did I forget? When did you send me that? March 29th. If I go back to March 29th, payment to Alpha Guardian. I don't know what that is. No, I did not send it. Let me do that real quick while I'm here. I would have sworn I sent that. Let me. Now he's going to tell everybody I'm a deadbeat. Let me copy that. Pay and get paid. Wallet, money. What? Send money. Hurry up, machine. I don't want to take up my whole time here sending money. Let me see if I can find it. There he is right there. What was the total? Continue. Sending to a friend. Morgan. Send payment now. Make sure you don't take anything out for that for you. But I sent it. Make sure it went through. I thought I did that last time. I think I might have forgot to hit the last button. So sometimes I get ahead of myself. All right, let's get back over here to the chat. I answered that question from Danny about the gun rack in his El Camino. Let's see here. What is it that there's something coming out that I think is so cool? What was that thing? I want to say it's like an off-brand, but it's kind of it's a truckish kind of a thing. Was it a Hyundai? What is it? Let me see. Here it is, right here. Anybody seen this thing? Where's a good picture of it? Here we go. Here's a picture. It's ugly as hell, but I like it. See, can anybody see this? It's the Hyundai Santa Cruz, and I'm very interested in that. I don't know why, but it kind of reminds me of like an El Camino or what's the brat, like a grown up brat or something. So I'm kind of interested in that. Let's see here. John Ladd donated to the Pets and Vets Fund and said, the one thing I haven't heard about is where red flag laws equal no-knock warrants that have gone law-abiding citizens killed. That's what's scary. Well, yeah, it's happened already, and they just started implementing them. They already had people dying from them. Adam Lindsay also donated to the Pets and Vets Fund, got a couple entries into the friend drawing, and says, how would you go about advertising a Pro 2A apparel company these days? I started one, and Facebook and Instagram repeatedly flag my ads, though they don't have anything against the community guidelines. Yeah, I don't like when they don't follow their own rules, but yeah, I don't have any idea as far as marketing these days. That's why a lot of gun companies have to go to YouTubers and stuff and pay them to advertise products, because where else are they going to advertise? That's the problem today, these days. It's not like they can just buy a spot on the local news or something. Where am I? I got a super chat coming in from Fire Goozy C. Says, bought a Scorpion carbine. Forgot how fun PCCs are. Burned through $900 worth of ammo in a blink of an eye. Yeah. I've got this thing right here. That is. Let me turn to where you can't see the engravings and stuff. But this is one of my SBRs, is the Scorpion. So it is a lot of fun. Get on there, damn it. There we go. That was Fire Goozy C, the donated Pets and Vets Fund, as did Logan Werner, who says, I'm a huge conservative. Like how big? Like 600 pounds? I always say that whenever I'm huge anything. Thanks for being a voice for reason. I started with Glucks, but have no X to rev. Own 686, but like the K6S better. Well, I like the K6S too, but a 686 is still a better gun. And I don't understand what that, I started with Glicks, but have no X to rev. That part's got me confused. I got a super chat coming in also from Sean Caldwell that says, I used to pick the lock on my dad's gun cabinet bottom with a paper clip, or the top if I wanted to roam the hills with a shotgun. I was about 10. Yeah, that's not a good thing to do. When I was 10, the only gun I was allowed to roam out around with was my own rifle, which was a 22. Of course, I remember my grandfather used to always say when we would take our guns out, if they're out by themselves, which I 99% of the time was out by myself in the woods when I took my gun with me. He's like, if they're out by themselves and they got a long gun with them, they're hardly any danger to themselves because it's hard to shoot yourself with a shotgun, he used to say. You really got to try if you're going to shoot yourself with a shotgun. Chris McBee says, one of the least successful items on the McDonald's menu, the McBee sandwich. Every evening, sir. Good, you are doing well. Love your new gun room. Thanks. I like it too. I'm liking being able to look around and see, like when someone asks a question about a gun, I can actually look around. And I would say 95% of the guns I own are in this room right now. So it's nice having them all in one spot, not being in safes where I can't see them and keep track of things. You forget about things when they're in a safe. Maybe they don't get cleaned as often as they should. Out here, I'll be able to monitor them more regularly. Like when I'm going around dusting them, because I dust with compressed air. I just hook my little red air compressor up and go around with my little gun and spray. And when I'm doing that, I'll be able to look at the guns and be like, oh, that looks like it's got a little goop on it right there that might collect dirt and grit. So I got to clean that off. Logan Berner donated to the Pets and Vets Fund, says, what I meant to say, started with Glocks, but have moved to revolvers because of you. Well, see, that's not even close to what you actually said. So that was something. Frank Jackson said, for the cats. Apparently he likes kitty cats. Well, I like kitty cats too. I was really upset the other night when I thought Maisie was gone. Especially since I knew there were coyotes in the yard at the time she was gone. because Turnip flushed some out while we went out looking for her. So I was like, great, she's been eaten by a coyote. Turned out she was under my son's bed. Go Shadow donated to the Pets and Vets Fund and says, video cop being a real dick said he was arresting for open carrying firearm. Gun was pepper gun, not firearm. Cop then said arresting for concealed carry. Claimed the holster was concealing the weapon. Yeah, it sounds like just a dick. But everyone got to kiss their fucking asses. Big Al says, for the Pets and the Vets, and donated. Bye, Gal, I should say. Bye, Gal. That we have a place nearby us where we used to live that is Big Al's bowling and amusement, and their website is bigals.com, and I'm like, I wonder how much traffic they get there thinking it's bygals.com. So that was either a little overlooked thing or great marketing, one or the other. Stephen Carroll says, just got it. Thank you. Didn't mean to put you on the spot during your live chat. Oh, yeah, you did. You were squeezing me down when you knew I didn't have anything to do. Didn't have any option but to pay you. I swear. What a leg breaker. Where am I at? Dead Finger. Ooh. That's got to be painful. How often do you get to shoot? Weekly, monthly? Generally, I shoot weekly. Every week I shoot at least once, sometimes 2 or 3 times. But since the ammo shortage, I haven't been shooting hardly at all. I think I've been shooting maybe 4 times in the last 6 months. So not a lot lately is the answer. KO Surge says, so if we take the brace off of the AR pistol, well, okay. What? So if we take the brace off of the AR pistol, well, okay. I don't know what that means. Yankee Marshall, I had a Subaru Baja, aka the Brat. Yeah, I remember the Bajas. For many summers in high school and college, super fun vehicle to go around in seats facing back with handles wacky. I love the Brat. When I was a kid, people sat in the back of the car, back of the truck. Nowadays, you don't see people sitting in the back of trucks unless you're like in, I don't know, backwoods Appalachia or something, which is what I was when I was a kid. But we actually rode in the back of the truck. We'd fight over who got to sit on the wheel well. And more than one of us, on more than one occasion, has bounced out of the truck on the back roads. My sister bounced out once, landed on her face. I bounced out once, rolled down the hill into blackberry bushes because it was a steep drop off on the other side of the road. And we hit the bump just right as I was sitting on the wheel well, because I always got a wheel well because I was the oldest. And I just went sailing out the side, down the hill. And my brother and sister had to beat on the back glass and tell my grandfather, Marty fell out. My sister fell out over the back. She fell out over the back once. She was going to stand up and we hit a bump and she just whoop right over the back and onto her face on the gravel road. Luckily she landed on her head and face, so it didn't hurt her, but still. Okay, I think I'm caught up with everything over here. Prince Philip being typically Britishly pale, the man was Greek, and the first AR was designed for 308 before Stoner reduced it to 223. Yeah, and they reduced it because it was unwieldy, was not a good gun. Today, one of the expert witnesses for Derek Chauvin said that Chauvin's knee was actually on George Floyd's back and shoulder for 9 minutes. Well, that person, if he said that, is mistaken, because you can see in the video it's not. You can very clearly see it's on his neck. You can see George Floyd moving his shoulders, one shoulder up, and his knee's not moving. So I don't know how any expert could say that, because it's really easy to see that it's not true. Of course, a lot of these experts for defense attorneys are pay me to throw mud in the water. That's all they're for. They're not really there to actually say anything of worth. Buddha Boobs donated to the Pets and Vets Fund, but didn't say anything, just said for the pets and the vets. I carry a P226. It appears I might need to add something a bit smaller to the rotation. What would you recommend to someone who is not a big fan of compacts? something smaller than a 226. Well, 239 is smaller, but it's probably not smaller enough. Uh, get yourself a Walther PPK, or get yourself a Smith and Wesson 686 2-inch. It's smaller, lighter. Chase Online. What's that about? I got a super chat coming in from Paul Anthony Hernandez. How do you know what braces can fit what pistols? Options for braces and combos with other pistols and different requirements have me confused. Well, some are proprietary. Some pistols have proprietary braces. Some just have, a pickaninny rail attachment at the back. So any brace that has that will fit onto them. You just got to look at your, what kind of brace does it use and what kind of attachment does it have? And is it proprietary or is it not? Like as I look up here, I see a couple proprietary braces, but I see a lot of them that just hook onto a pickaninny rail. So it's like you'll see a lot of the pistols that come out nowadays. As a pistol, will have just a little section of pickaninny rail on the back here, or whatever you want to call that rail. I always call it a little pickaninny rail. And that's pretty much any brace that goes on that will fit them. I'm not watching the trial at all. I'm trying not to watch it, but I see a couple minutes of it every day. I usually see the clips in my news feed is what I see mostly more than anything else. 460. 460, it's a caliber. 460 people in here. Thoughts on the Bond Arms Roughneck in 45 ACP. The Bond Arms are awesome little guns. What's the oldest gun you own in your safe room? In this actual room, I'm going to say it is probably... The one I've owned the longest is my... where's it at? I got to point to it. Right there. My Colt Python. Yeah, remember I bought that thing back when it was like $600. But there was one of my guns that might be older. One of my pinned and recessed Smith & Wessons might technically be a little older, but I don't know. KO Surge says, if the ATF bans the brace, would it now be an SBR? Oh, any pistol you have that you've put a brace on, you take it off and it's just a pistol. So, no, it wouldn't make any gun an SBR. The people who said that, the ones that are like, oh my God, if they ban braces, all your guns are going to be criminal because they're all SBRs. No, you just take the brace off because you never registered that as anything with a brace. It's never been recorded as having a brace on it. So you just take the brace off. That's just fucking scare tactics, fear-mongering bullshit. What made me sick about the Branch Davidian cult was all of the incest committed by Koresh. He humped every girl in the compound. Yeah, well, he liked little girls. What do you do if you like little girls? Convince everyone you're Jesus. Or I guess become a state representative from Florida. What will you do with the kids' rooms when they move out? Move out? You don't know my kids very well. But when my kids move out, their rooms will stay their rooms. They'll just be there for them for when they inevitably come home. So whenever they get divorced or something, they have to move back home. But yeah, I'm not going to change their rooms in anything. I got plenty of room. I don't need room. I've got a large bedroom. We've got a home office in the house. I've got my office and studio out here. We got a big gym area. So I don't have any reason to redo their rooms. When they leave, the day they move out, when they come back, their rooms will be just like they left them. I just bought a Ruger SPO1. This is from Aaron Ross, who donated to the Pets and Vets Fund. I just bought a Ruger SPO1 357 Magnum Revolver, 2¼ inch barrel. Have you used this? Any thoughts? I've had multiple SPO 101s. They are good, solid little guns. The only reason I don't have one now is I never did care much for the tang grip on them. But now I have more of an appreciation for Rugers than I used to, so I'd probably still keep one now if I had one. But I have like the Red Hawks and the GP 100s. I just don't have an SP 101 right now. But very solid little concealed carry gun. Don't turn your back on Gary. He's not loaded. And he's sedated. I should duct tape him in there so he can't get out. Do you have any FN Scar 17s? I don't have any scars. I just think they're too expensive for something with a polymer body. I just can't bring myself to pay for one. What's that weird looking gun next to your deagles? I'm wondering how you're seeing that, but oh, we had a video of it. That is my what do they call that thing? PDW or something. Forget what it's fucking called. But it's an SBR also. It's one of the 4 SBRs. Wait, how many SBRs do I have? Some of the things I have are for silencers. Some of my stamps. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, I got 4 SBRs and 3 silencers. So that's what my 7 stamps are for. Which I still have to get them organized properly in my book. I got a super chat coming in from either thanks to TYM or public embarrassment. The bigger channels barely mention Biden's faux announcement until well after. No one will comment on Chauvin. Well, they don't want to anger any of the pro-police people. Oh my God, heaven forbid they, because they have cultivated a society of bootlickers who will bow to authority if they're wearing a badge, and they don't want to upset them and disrupt their money flow. So that tells you a lot about them. That was from Dr. Phil, by the way, who donated to the Pets and Vets Fund, as did Stephen Carroll. Once again, says, guy at work was mad, saying he's a felon now because of his braces. Also said the shape of his buffer tube is what makes it a pistol or a rifle. Figured it was best to just let him talk. Yeah, because he's not right on any of those points. So he believes fearmongers and idiots who tell him bullshit, and he wants to believe it. So I would not have just let him talk, probably. I would have informed him of why he is stupid. Per your video today, can you elaborate on how 80% kids can help felons with self-defense? Even if they can buy one, it would be a felony for them to possess one, correct? Yeah, but it's a way for them to get them. That's how I thought I was pretty clear. I didn't think it took a lot of explaining. That's why people got mad at me. Well, if they buy one and make it, it's a felony. Yeah, and I don't give a shit because the law preventing them from owning them is unjust. And I hope one of them I hope one of them gets arrested for possessing an 80% lower, and therefore they can sue the government and say it's stupid that felons can't own guns simply because they made a mistake in their past, and that shouldn't be held against them their entire life. And then I would gladly fundraise for that lawsuit. Period. Where did I go? I've lost something. I can't find where I'm at here. Hold on, give me a second. Let me get rid of this asshole. Let me see here. I've lost my place. You got any buddies that never shoot their guns but are gun guys? No, I have some that probably don't shoot much, but that's simply because they don't have the option to shoot much because there's just not a lot of ranges around them or anything like that. And it's a real ordeal for them to drive all the way out to public lands or something and shoot. Let's see, where am I at? Where am I? Aha, here we go. Well, I'm just going to go to the bottom, work my way up because I've lost my place. And we've only got a few minutes here. If a felon wants to stay within stupid laws, get a black powder revolver. Only a couple of states will not allow a felon muzzle loaders. Some revolvers have quick change cylinders. Gallo Negro. SO to you for not fear mongering like the rest. From Gallo Negro. SO? What's SO mean? Why am I clutching my pearls? Your thoughts on Hunter Biden smoking Parmesan cheese that he mistook for crack? Not the craziest thing I've ever heard. But Hunter Biden to me just strikes me as one of those people that grew up with a silver spoon in his mouth and excessive privilege and took it too far. He's just one of those people. He's no better than like Donald Trump and Eric Trump and all of them people that he's feuding with. They are all pretty much the same in my book. A bunch of spoiled little rich kids who never accomplished anything on their own without their father's help. Now, the Trumps more so than Biden, because at least he did graduate from college and get a degree and become a lawyer and all this other stuff. But all of them just reek of privilege and being spoiled brats. Felons with guns are a bit more dangerous to criminals. They don't call 911 after self-defense. I was told by a good family man with a bad childhood. Hey, Yankee, what do you think of the Nemesis Arms Valkyrie takedown rifle? Does an MSRP of $4,000 seem reasonable? Not to me, because I ain't going to buy one. Is Gary attracted to revolvers? Of course, Gary is equal opportunity. My cousin has an original 1848 Baby Dragoon. It's so cool. Gives me the chills holding it. That is cool. In Britain, pistol shooters have a long for pistol barrel with a wire cut out of the back of the grip for distance compliance. Funny thing is, the wire is pretty good brace. I've seen some of those things they put together. Will you do a rare breed trigger video? I doubt it, since I don't have a rare breed trigger. Heard that Bill Barr would not let Chauvin be given a plea deal for third-degree murder. Well, I don't know what Bill Barr would have had to do with it, actually, to be honest. Remember a few years back when everyone was putting glass breakers on every part of a gun? Are those things really of any use? I guess if you have to break some glass, they would be. I have a glass breaker on the tools I keep in the car, but I don't need one on a gun. I don't mind them on like a pocket knife or something, but I wouldn't need them on my gun. That's for sure. Let's see, where are we? We are out of time also. I started a minute late, so we'll go another minute here. Let me see if I've got anything I need to catch up on. I think I've got everything. Hunter Biden was not expected to do anything. His older brother was being groomed for politics, then died, then trying to shove Hunter into the job. Yeah, Hunter will never be in politics. Forced reset trigger is going to be banned. I doubt it, but we'll see. SO shout out. Okay, well, I didn't know what that meant. What would you use for self-defense if you couldn't get a gun? Well, one, I don't know why I couldn't get a gun. But two, ball bat's always good for self-defense at home. I would also want to have a spear and a knife, chainsaw maybe, some explosives, crossbow. I'd have all kinds of things. All right, we are done, I do believe. Thanks everybody for coming today. I do appreciate it. I don't know if there's another chat tonight somewhere or not. I don't know if what's his face does his conspiracy chat tonight or not. But I will see you all again tomorrow. Flamethrower. I do have a flamethrower right there. But I've got that. But so make sure I didn't miss anything. No, I didn't. All right. So thanks everyone for coming today. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you come back again tomorrow. I'll see you tomorrow, probably about the same time, maybe 5 p.m. or 6 p.m. I don't know which one would be better, but it'll be one of those, 5 p.m. or 6 p.m. tomorrow probably. So until then, I'll just sign off by saying, yay, people are running now already. It just dropped from 501 to 399 in like a second. You can't wait and stick around and have me say goodbye? Ungrateful bastards. Could at least said goodbye before you left. But thanks everyone for coming. I do appreciate it. And Stephen Carroll says NEA is on. Oh, well, everyone go over to Never Enough Ammo's channel. I didn't know he did a Friday night chat. So go on over to Never Enough Ammo. I'll see jump back up to 400. So someone must have heard me call him an ungrateful bastard. But thanks everyone for coming. I will see you all again tomorrow.